Today we're taking a look at these matches, which are happening on Friday, November 18, 2022, and giving you match breakdowns, betting tips and predictions in general on these games. Welcome back to High Stakes, let's get straight into it. Also, don't forget to subscribe and push that notification bell to get notified as soon as we release these sport prediction videos, and if you would like more betting tips and predictions, then check out our Patreon in the link down below. Our new Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money. Multiple plans are available for each and every one of you. By becoming a member of the High Stakes Patreon, you will have access to our best team picks, total picks, parlay picks and much more. Stop wasting hours of your time searching for bad betting predictions that ends up costing you a lot of time and money. Join the High Stakes Patreon now and get the best betting picks. Going back to our video, we will give you 2 betting picks for each game, a team pick and a total pick based on facts and detailed explanation. So make sure to watch our videos till the end so you don't miss any of our picks. South Florida vs Tulsa. The South Florida Bulls football team is in the midst of one of their worst seasons ever in the NCAA in 2022. The team is in the midst of an 8-game losing streak and is winless in the NCAA. Last Saturday, the Bulls continued their losing ways as they fell to SMU, 41-23. After playing a competitive first half and closing it out tied at 17, US fell apart in the third quarter as they allowed 21 points to the Mustangs on their way to their 8th straight loss. The game marked the first time interim head coach Daniel Da Prato ran the show after taking over for fired former head coach Jeff Scott. The Bulls were led by running back Brian Batty, who had his 3rd straight 100-yard rushing game, running for 145 yards on 26 carries. Quarterback Travis Marsh went a dismal 12 of 31 for just 178 yards and a touchdown before leaving the game after a jarring hit in the fourth quarter. The Bulls were outgained on the night, 553 yards to 381. SMU won the turnover battle 1-0 in the game. The Tulsa Golden Hurricane come into this matchup with the struggling US Bulls playing just slightly better this season. The Golden Hurricanes are 3-7 on the season overall and have just 1 win in the American Athletic Conference play this season. In addition, Tulsa is in the midst of a 3-game losing streak themselves. Last week, Tulsa fell to Memphis 26-10 at home. Tulsa had just 207 yards of total offense, including just 31 yards on the ground. They allowed Memphis 341 total yards of offense while losing the time of possession battle by nearly 13 minutes. One highlight for the Golden Hurricanes was wide receiver Keelan Stokes passing the 1,000-yard mark receiving for the 2nd time in his career at Tulsa. US comes into this game down to their 3rd-string quarterback, freshman Byram Brown. They will certainly be motivated to play this game for downed quarterback Marsh, who visited practice this week in a neck brace. Beyond the emotional aspect of the game, which can't be discounted, the Bulls can exploit Tulsa's 123rd ranked rushing defense to move the ball offensively. Tulsa should be able to exploit US's defense through the air as their 48th ranked passing attack against the Bulls' 126th ranked defense. What the game will likely come down to is each team's ability to make stops and ability to hold onto the football. In a game featuring 2 inferior football teams, with one coming in with plenty of emotion, I'm riding the emotion of the Bulls to carry them to a highly competitive game that will be decided by a touchdown. Take US plus 13.5 points. South Florida allows on average 40 points per game, which is the 3rd highest average in the country. Tulsa allows 32.5 points per game, 17th highest average. The only concern here is the recent run of both offenses. The Golden Hurricane have just 23 points combined over their last 2 games, but they are capable of putting up big numbers, having scored 34 or more points on 4 occasions, all against better defenses than South Florida's. And while the Bulls may be breaking in yet another new quarterback, Batty will keep things moving forward against a soft Tulsa rush defense and will get us to the over in a high score. Take over 58.5 points. New Mexico vs San Diego State. The Aztecs held the Spartans to a paltry 28 rushing yards on 21 totes. On the other side of the ball, junior signal caller Jalen Maiden went 17 of 22 for 268 yards, 3 touchdowns, and an interception, while carrying the ball 13 times for 61 yards. Sophomore RB Jalen Armstead had 15 totes for 46 yards and a touchdown, and senior wideout Tyrell Shavers added 111 receiving yards and a TD on just 4 catches. SDSU has gone 4-1 and 3-2 at TS since Jalen Maiden took over as a starting quarterback. He's thrown for 1,253 yards, 8 touchdowns, and 4 interceptions so far this season. Maiden also has 171 rushing yards and 3 scores on his own in 2022, while senior RB Jordan Byrd has accounted for 415 yards from scrimmage and 4 touchdowns over the previous 10 games. Sophomore QB Justin Holiday completed 10 of his 21 passing attempts for 128 yards and was sacked 5 times last Saturday. Through his 5 appearances in 2022, Holiday has thrown for 222 yards and an interception, while posting 135 yards and a touchdown on 50 carries. The Lobos own the 3rd lowest scoring offense in the nation, tallying 14.7 points per game. They rank 127th in the country in passing yards, 108.5 per game, and 89th in rushing yards, 131.0. The Lobos are yielding 25.5 points per game, tied 60th, on 192.1 passing yards, 25th, and 163.9 rushing yards, 90th. The Lobos' offense is a complete disaster. New Mexico hasn't scored more than 10 points in 4 straight contests. The Lobos will struggle to get things going against the Aztecs' defense, and New Mexico's run D will be in trouble, too. Hereof, I'm expecting the Aztecs to extend their good run of form and comfortably beat the Lobos. With Jalen Maiden under center, the Aztecs' offense has improved a lot. San Diego State is 5-2 at TS in its last 7 contests against the Mountain West Conference. On the other side, the Lobos are 0-5 at TS in their last 5 games overall, and 1-4 at TS in their previous 5 tilts versus the MWC West Division. San Diego State Aztecs -14. SDSU is led by a solid defense and ground game that is averaging 163.4 rushing yards per game. While the team is a run-first 1 QB Jalen Maiden, 1,253 yards 8 TD 4 int, has passed for at least 216 yards in each of the last 3 games, and in the last one passed for 268 yards with 3 TD and 1 pick. Tyrell Shavers, 477 yards 3 TD, leads 3 players with at least 223 receiving yards and had 111 of them with a TD in the last game. The Aztecs have 7 players with at least 141 rushing yards, and Jordan Byrd and Jalon Armstead have combined for 672 rushing yards. This game is not a good matchup for the New Mexico defense, as they rank alleged 35th in the nation in pass defense, but only 99th in run defense. The total is set low for this game, and with good reason since the Lobos have had major issues scoring the pill. While the total has gone under in 6 of the last 8 games between these MWC rivals, I am leaning towards the over in this game. only scored 3 points in the last game, but the total still went over, as they were blown out. They gave up 470 rushing yards in that game and will give up a ton of yards on the ground, again against a solid SDSU rushing offense. The Aztecs scored 43 points in their last game, and they will have a big scoring game again, and that is the main reason the over is the pick for this conference affair. Take the over 39.5 points.